50 famous stories. The Miller of the Dee. Once upon a time, a miller lived on the banks of the River Dee. He was the happiest man in England. It was always busy from morning to night, and he was always singing. He was so cheerful that he made everyone else cheerful. People all of the land talked about his pleasant ways. At last, the king heard about him. "I will talk with this wonderful miller," said the king. "Perhaps he can tell me how to be happy." As soon as he reached the mill, the king heard the miller singing, "I envy nobody, no, not I, but I am as happy as I can be, and nobody envies me." "You are wrong, my friend," said the king. "I envy you. I wish I was as happy as you are. I would gladly change places with you." The miller smiled and bowed to the king. "I could not change places with you, sir," he said. "Tell me," said the king, "what makes you so happy here in your dusty mill? I am a king, but I am sad and in trouble every day." "I do not know why you are sad," said the miller, "but I can easily tell you why I am glad. I love my wife and my children. I love my friends and they love me, and I do not owe a penny to anyone. The river Dee turns my mill, and the mill grinds the corn. They feed my wife, my babies, and me." "Then stay where you are and be happy," said the king. "Your dust cap is worth more than my golden crown. Your mill does more for you than my kingdom does for me. This world would be a better place if there were more men like you. Goodbye, my friend." The king walked sadly away, and the miller went back to his work. As he worked, the miller sang, "Oh, I'm as happy I can do be, for I live by the side of the river Dee." 리텔링 하겠습니다. Once upon a time, there was a miller lived in the river Dee. He is very cheerful, so his cheerful mind made other people cheerful too. He was uh, he was known as the most happiest man, as the happiest man in England. So the king of England wanted to know how to be happy like him. So the king has visited the miller. The king asked the miller how to be happy like you. "I would be happy like you. I'm a king, but I'm sad and I'm in trouble every day. But you are just a miller, but you look very happy. How do I do? How do I do? How do I happy like you?" The miller said, "I can't you be changed for me, and I don't know why are you not happy as a king, but I can tell you why I'm very happy, because I love my family and my family loves me, and I love my friends and my friends love me too, and I can work every day, and the meal I can work. I didn't and I can live by myself, and I can earn money, and I can feed my family. That's all." Listening to these words, King said, I think your dirty cap is more worth than my golden crown, and your dusty your dusty mill is worthy than is worth than my palace. And then the king went away, and the miller still very happy and sing again. 두 번째 하겠습니다. Androclus and the Lion. Once upon a time, a poor slave named Androclus lived in Rome. His master was a cruel man and so unkind to him that at last Androclus ran away. He hid in a wild wood for many days, but he couldn't find any food. He became sick and weak and thought that he would die. So one day he crept into a cave and fell fast asleep. After a while, a great noise woke him up. A lion had come into the cave and was roaring loudly. Androclus was very frightened. He was so sure that the beast would kill him. However, he soon knew that the lion was not roaring with anger, but with pain. The lion limped as though his foot hurt him. Androclus bravely took hold of the lion's sore paw to see what was wrong. The lion stood quite still and rubbed his head against the slave's shoulder. I know you will help me, he seemed to say. Androclus saw that a long, sharp thorn had pierced the lion's paw. He gave a strong, quick pull, and out it came. The lion was overjoyed. He licked the hands and feet of his new friend. Androclus was never afraid again. He and the lion became very good friends. When night came, he and the lion slept side by side. The lion brought food to his new friend every day. Androclus' new life was very happy. One day, some soldiers were passing through the forest and found Androclus in the cave. They knew he was an escaped slave, so they took him back to his cruel master in Rome. At that time, the law said that every runaway slave should fight a hungry lion. So a fierce lion was caught and starved for several days before the fight. When the day came, thousands of people came to see the slave fight the lion. Poor Androclus was brought into the arena. He was almost dead with fear. He could hear the lions roaring. He looked up at the crowd. There was no pity in the thousands of faces he saw. Then the hungry lion rushed in. He leaped at the poor slave. Androclus cried out, but it was a cry of joy, not a cry of fear. It was his old friend, the lion. The people had expected to see the lion kill the slave, but they saw Androclus put his arms around the lion's neck. They watched in silence as the lion lay at his feet and licked them. They saw the great beast rub his head lovingly against the slave's face. They could not understand what was happening. After a while, they asked Androclus to tell them about it. He put his arm around the lion's neck and told them how they had met. No one has ever been my friend, he said, but this poor lion has been kind to me. We love each other like brothers. The people could no longer be cruel to the poor slave. Live and be free, they cried. Live and be free. Let the lion go free too, others shouted. Give both of them their liberty. Androclus was set free, and he was allowed to keep his friend, the lion. They lived together in Rome for many years. Thank you.